Yo, what is up everybody? What's going on? DJ Kev here, back at it again with another video. Today we are going to see if the ProX XF-Mesa Media MK2 is still worthy in 2023. Let's get into it. Now I get it. First of all, you may ask, Kevin, why another DJ booth? You're falling into the hype of getting rid of the facade. And on the other hand, some of you are saying, Kev, why are you going with the vintage basic DJ booth look? So I'm gonna try to justify my reasons for this purchase. But before I get into that, you guys know I don't really care to talk about specs too much. I just care about who, what, when, where, and why. So let's get into that. As mentioned before, there's the ProX XF-Mesa Media MK2 DJ booth. I personally got this off of Amazon. It cost me around 650 bucks. Usually I think it's around 550, 580. However, I personally bought it with the gig bar or truss stands to go with it. And that is because your boy finally manned up and accepted the offer to do a wedding, which is why I felt like I need some type of new equipment. Such is a more efficient way of getting true dance floor lighting, as opposed to just sticking some uplights on my RCF Evox J8s. I personally just wasn't a fan of how they looked. Yes, they were functional. However, for a wedding, I wanted to try to do the best I can within my budget, and that's the most important part here, guys. Within my budget. I tried to get the most bang for my buck in the most efficient way possible. Therefore, no, I was not able to afford DJ furniture. So for whoever was waiting to write down in the comments, why not just DJ furniture, get out the way? It just was not in my budget yet. Anyways, guys, let me try to show you a little bit of the specs real quick. I'll put up a picture in 3, 2, 1. You guys could have paused the video if you had to, but let's move on. Always exciting when you find ways to enhance your setup, and I believe this DJ booth will do that for me in 2023. So without further ado, I think it's time to unbox this thing. Let's see how it goes. Guys, well, there you have it. This brand new DJ booth is all set up behind me. It's time to take a look and see what we're working with. So come on. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like on the outside. I chose to do the white scrim because I'm assuming that is majority of what I will be using when I use this booth. Especially because I'll be using it for more indoor type private events when I need higher quality dance floor lighting. So let's swing around back here and show you guys what we're looking like from the back. Now, of course, it's your very quintessential, very basic, standard DJ booth where you would put your controller here, your laptop up there. It has nice compartments for you to hide your cables, and I love that you have this nice empty space under the booth where you could hide some of your equipment, some of your bags, some of your luggage, like so, or even over there. So of course, for private events, you're going to want to hide your luggage, you're going to want to hide your cables, and this booth is able to make that really easy for you. With your laptop being right here, it's not too far away. No need for a laptop stand if you decide to use this format of how this table is. You even get the option of going lower if you have to. Probably for those of you who like their controller in their flight case, gives you a little bit of extra room, because over here it is pretty tight, I'm not gonna lie. I'll measure everything in a little bit. But for me, I really like this height. I'm very comfortable with where the controller would be when I'm DJing. And overall, love how quickly this was for me to set up. Took a little over 5 minutes, but really, I'm sure it'll get quicker and quicker the more I use this thing. Let me show you guys real quick how tall and wide this thing is, just so you guys can get a better feel of the dimensions of this thing. When it comes to width, we're just under 5 foot at 58 inches. Now when it comes to height, we're at about 43 inches, so about 3.5 feet. Now I want to try a little bit different of a setup. I'll be right back. guys, so this setup behind me is a little bit of how I envisioned using this DJ booth as well. And I call this setup the poor man's DJ furniture. Why, you may ask? Think about why DJs use DJ furniture. They love being able to show the crowd that they actually are mixing on their DJ controller, that they are scratching, that they're using creative transitions. And this is a way to showcase your DJ controller without having to spend thousands of dollars. Now, does that truly make it acceptable? Probably not. However, to the average client, will they care? Probably not. So in my head, it is just another option of me being able to show off my controller, a couple tricks here and there, and hopefully an additional way to interact with my crowd a little bit more. Now for me, because I am so short, the fact that it is so high up, it is a little bit tall for me. I could get a step stool, but am I willing to get roasted for using a step stool while DJing? Probably not. So for now, this will suffice. I will try and work it out, and I may or may not bring this out to my next event, just like this. Also, of course, some of the other problems you run into is that the cables may or may not look messy. You're a little bit more limited to what you can put on top of this table because you won't be able to hide it as well. For example, you won't be able to hide your mixers, your iPad for lighting, any lighting controller you may or may want to hide. And with your controller being on the highest level, of course, you will also need a laptop stand to DJ with as well. But again, I'm loving all of these options. I could put my controller on top or on the bottom if I really want to hide my equipment. I have easy storage with this booth. I have the option to make this booth white or black because it came with a white and black scrim. They actually give you 4 scrims for this. This specific white one is just standard. There's no zippers in the middle. And I say that because with one of the other scrims, you are able to mount a TV on this booth. And yes, that is correct. You are able to mount up to a 65-inch TV on this DJ booth. So with the other scrims, there's a zipper in the middle to hide the mounting frame. And again, another option down the line. Although it does seem as if DJs are trying to keep TVs in the early 2020s, for me, it's an additional option for my client. If I end up getting a TV, I can put their logo on there, their names, some motion graphics. Again, much more versatile as opposed to my old setup with just a facade, table, and 2 speakers. Now real quick, I want to get into lighting. This scrim is quite see-through, so I believe 2 uplights will look perfect behind it. And as mentioned before, I bought a truss stand gig bar to mount onto this DJ booth as well. Again, another level of efficiency and functionality for my setup. So let's go ahead and see how it looks all put together. So this is what we're looking like with the truss bar / gig bar up with the new DJ booth. It's pretty standard, you know, exactly how you think a gig bar would look on a DJ booth, and almost looks like a lemonade stand, but you know what? It's functional. I could hang lights up there. I will be able to light up the dance floor. I'll probably just put 4 uplights on there or 4 par lights, and I think it'll do the trick. One day I'll be able to afford some moving headlights, but in the meantime, I think just having some par lights up there will suffice. Again, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna keep the top bigger half of the table on top or on the bottom. I do like the idea of being able to have my controller nice and high and interact with the crowd a little easier. However, we'll have to see. I have a private event coming up soon, so I will bring this out and see how it works. Also, when it came to the truss bar, gig bar, whatever you want to call it, it was actually a lot easier than I thought putting it up. I was able to put it up just by myself, and I'm really short and I'm not that strong. So it is fairly easy once you figure out how to use it to put it up. So just want to point that out as well. So yeah, you don't need 2 people to put this up. Not that you would if you had 2 truss stands. However, I do love that I was able to put this up all by myself because it's another one of those things that I have to think about when just working on your own. So I am glad that this worked out. Alright guys, so in the beginning of the video we asked ourselves, will this DJ booth hold up in 2023? And the answer for me is yes. I personally came from a setup where it was just a 4-foot table, facade, and I really couldn't do much else with that. I was able to put lights on my RCF Evox J8s, and the dance floor lighting worked, but just wasn't the best. And going into my 3rd year of DJing, I feel that I owe it to my clients to keep enhancing my setup when I can, especially when it's not just for backyard parties or firehouse parties, but also if I know that I'm DJing for a Sweet 16, a wedding, or even somewhat other venues that I could DJ at. For me, this DJ booth got me the best bang for my buck. I now have efficient dance floor lighting. I can add a TV to this booth if I want to. And as I said before, I now have poor man's DJ furniture. Now, is this DJ booth for everybody? Absolutely not. For those of you who want to stand out, then yes, of course, go all out, get the DJ furniture. Or for those of you who have space in your car, go ahead, get 2 truss stands, 2 moving headlights, a facade, a table, and you're good to go. For me, I have a little bit smaller of a car, so I had to keep that in mind when buying a new DJ booth. So for me, I am now able to carry even less because I don't have to bring my facade, my 4-foot table, and another added bonus with this DJ booth is the fact that everything came with a travel case. All 4 scrims, it came with the TV mounting kit with a case for it. Of course, the case for the DJ booth itself and a case for the truss stand or gig bar. I always hate buying equipment and knowing that I have to buy a case for it after, spending more and more money. With this, everything came all in one. I'll be able to break this down, pack it up, and it'll be good to go. If you guys want to know more about this booth, put some questions down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer all of your questions to the best I can. That truss stand or gig bar was a little bit confusing to put up at first, but I was able to figure it out. So if you have any questions, again, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them any way I can. As usual, of course, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. And that's it for today, guys. As you know, my name is DJ Kev. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.